The name of this one is He's Alive. Well, the gates and doors were barred and all the windows were fastened down. I spent the night in sleeplessness and rose at every sound, half in hopeless sorrow and half in fear that day. Well, that day would find the soldiers breaking through to drag us all away. Yes, and just before the sunrise, I heard something at the wall. The gate began to rattle and a voice began to call. Oh, I hurried to the window and I looked down into that street. I was expecting swords and torches and the sound of soldiers' feet. But, there was no one there but Mary. So I went down to let her in, and John stood there beside me as she told me where she'd been. She said they moved him in the night, and none of us knows where. The stone's been rolled away, and now his body isn't there. So both of us ran towards the garden, and then John ran on ahead. And we found the stone, an empty tomb, just the way that Mary said. But the winding sheet that wrapped around him was just an empty shell. And how or where they'd taken him was more than I could tell. Something strange had happened there. Just what, I did not know. Well, John believed a miracle, but I just turned to go. Circumstance and speculation couldn't lift me very high, because I'd seen them crucify him, and then I saw him die. Yes, back inside the house again, the guilt and the anguish came. Everything I'd promised him just added to my shame. But when at last it came to choices I denied, I knew his name, and even if he was alive, it wouldn't be the same. But suddenly the air was filled with a strange and sweet perfume, light that came from everywhere and drove shadows from that room. And Jesus stood there before me with his arms held open wide. And I fell down on my knees and I just clung to him and I cried. Then he raised me to my feet, and as I looked into his eyes, the love was shining out from him, kind of like sunlight from the sky. Well, guilt and my confusion disappeared in sweet release, and every fear that I ever had, they all melted into peace. Well, he's alive. Yes, he's alive. Yes, he's alive, and I'm forgiven. Heaven's gates, they're open wide, and he's alive. Yes, he's alive. Oh, he's alive, and I'm forgiven, and heaven's gates are open wide, and he's alive. Yes, he's alive. Hallelujah, he's alive. He's alive, and I'm forgiven, and heaven's gates is open wide, and he's alive. Yes, he's alive. He's alive. Oh, I believe it. He's alive, sweet Jesus. Yes, he's alive, sweet Jesus.